If you've clicked on this video, you're probably something like me. A lover of Fallout 4 and, more importantly, a lover of base building. Well, if that's correct, I would love for you to come on a journey with me where I'm planning to renovate and fix up every settlement in the wasteland. In today's video, I'm going to be fixing up one of my favourite locations in all of Fallout 4, Hangman's Alley.
It's situated just outside Diamond City and has a fairly limited size, meaning that building in this location requires some smart choices. In order to complete this build, I've used two mods. The cheat terminal, which allows an uncapped building limit, as well as infinite building resources, and creative clutter to help me add in a whole load of items to flesh out the settlements. I'll start off the video by showing some key features of the build and then move on to a detailed walkthrough of the finished settlement and top it all off with some highlights of the settlement at night.
So, with that being said, let's begin.
So, to start off the build, I had to first kill all the raiders who were populating the area and then begin scrapping all the items I needed to clear up. Some items, like this shanty type shack, unfortunately can't be deleted, so this was going to have to be something I'd incorporate into my build. After the clear up was complete, I got to work on the waterfront entrance. I decided to make this section of Hangman's Alley a kind of security / screening station for any new visitors or traders to be questioned, so residents could understand the reason for their visits. To do this, I used a prefab which fit quite nicely up against the alley walls, added some scaffolding and stairs to the side, and topped it off with a guard lookout post. After that, I added in a little reception area which again came from the wood prefabs to give it that kind of janky, scrappy Fallout feel. After laying out the waterfront security side, I started working on some accommodation for the settlement, and decided to set this around the pre-existing brick structure. I added some prefabs to the top as well as some stairs to connect the second level to the third floor, which would allow me to maximise the space in this area. Once that was finished, I moved on to sealing up the lower section, which I did with the concrete building blocks to make it fit in with the already existing structure. After the residential area, I started setting out some more wood prefabs to make up a little market area in the settlement and lowered it into the ground using the trusty old sinking pillar method. Once the market was laid out, most of the space had been used in the settlement, but I wasn't really happy with only having 2 residential rooms. So I decided to squeeze in another 2-story structure next to the market, which would allow me to double the amount of living quarters in the settlement. And with that complete, the bare bones of the new Hangman's Alley was complete, and all that was left to do was connect the power and furnish the settlement. So without further ado, let's begin the walkthrough of the new and improved Hangman's Alley 2.0.
So, hello and welcome to the tour of Hangman's Alley. Today we're going to start from... Oh, come on man, really?
My back hurts, my feet hurt, everything hurts.
Today we're going to start from the ocean side and then make our way over to the Diamond City side. As you'll notice here, first of all, we've got a sort of guard post up top. Got the Hangman's Alley sign, a ship wheel, and then a kind of guard post on the left hand side here just to check any sort of people that are coming into the settlement, just to make sure they're okay to enter. You know, no dodginess, no silliness here. We're going to make sure they're okay to enter. Then once you get through the main gate, you'll notice there's a sort of water station here just in case you need to stock up on anything. And then you can make your way over to the welcome center. We're going to have a member of staff here pretty much at all times, checking why anyone's coming to visit, you know, what their nature of visit is, logging that, and then either allowing them or, you know, chucking them out, you know, either or, depending on the feeling we get from that person that's turning up. And then if we move our way over to the left hand side, we go into the sort of guard section. Again, we need to get some guards on the go. We do have some people in the main part of the settlement, but yeah, not enough to fully flesh out the settlement yet. We've got a laser musket on the wall, also got a pipe pistol there, so all the guards will be ready to go. Got a little sort of weapon section over here, combat shotgun, and our generator. Then we've got the sort of guard post here, got the nice comfortable chair, got some candles on the go, an assault rifle, melee weapons, all the things a guard could need. And then a nice little lookout section here, just to make sure that nobody's sneaking up on us. Not only that, we've also got a switch here for the generator. So as you'll notice, the light's on here. Boom. Turn that off, all the lights go off. So if we have any Mormons turn up trying to spread the word of the Lord, we can just pretty much pretend we're not in and hide until they go away.
Nice.
Bang that power back on and then carry on living our lives as we would. No Mormons needed. Right, close that door and on we go. So next we move on to our next security section. We've got a lookout guard tower by here. And then we've got a couple of sentry turrets. As we don't have the staff in at the moment, it's kind of useful to have these because they'll protect any settlers in here automatically. Don't need to rely on any humans to be doing the job. We've also got, again, a couple of guns on the wall ready to go. And then we make our way up. And this looks over the courtyard of the entrance section. So just in case anything kicks off in the welcome hub, we're still covered. No one's getting into that main part of the city or the main part of the settlement yet. After that, we make our way to our first residential section. This is a 2-tiered building. The lower part being the sort of like lower costing room to rent, and then the top being the more expensive one. In this room, you've kind of got your basic necessities. You've got some slippers, got a toothbrush box there, kind of dirty old bed, a goon chair, as every good B&B has, picture of a ship, and, you know, just all the basics. Everything you'd need in order to sleep comfy for the night. Nice little hot dog sign as well. Then if we make our way around here to the upper staircase, that then brings us to room 2. Again, this one is a little bit nicer. This has got a nicely made bed. It's got some add-on items, a cheeky drink, some lotion in case you want to get freaky with this rubber duck.
That escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
And also a kind of like look after yourself pampering section, as well as some cat or dog bowls, depending on whatever pet you've got. Perfectly welcome here. And then a fully stocked wardrobe as well. So yeah, really got all the things in here. This is our apprentice gardener here. We called him Garth, and he's pretty fucking awful at his job, I'm not going to lie. He's never really doing what he should be doing, but he gives it a good college try, so we keep him around. How you doing, Garth? You alright, buddy? Pops a tea bag every so often as well.
Yes.
Yes. Right, anyway,
Surprise, motherfucker!
Step into me. Right, I'll leave you to it, mate. Here we have our actual head honcho, the proper gardener.
Back to Diamond City one of these days.
Yeah, it's just over the road, mate.
Town I ever saw.
Yeah, not far away. Anyway, can you please stop? I'm doing a tour. Right, anyway. Right, so this is the main gardener, and this is his apprentice here. He's just messing around all the time. You just can't get him to do the job. But thank God we have the main honcho here to, you know, make sure the flowers are getting watered and we got our potatoes on time.
The farm's not much, but it's something.
Well, yeah, no thanks to you, mate. Right, anyway, this is our settlement tower, so we can get, hopefully, newer and better settlers than Garth here on the go. And, yeah, fuck that guy. Right, anyway, moving on. Let's go downstairs, and let's move on to the market section. So, the market section of Hangman's Alley here has a few different stalls. We've got weapons section, clinic section, and books. Not just books, sorry, general store. So pretty much you can get anything you need between these three, barter, trade, whatever you want to do. It's a really good sort of line of business for Hangman's Alley, or at least that's my idea for it. Then over on the left-hand side, we have a kind of chill spot where maybe you can get a few games of darts in. And we got these nice little lights that kind of light up the cubby hole here. These all come from Creative Clutter. In fact, most of the cool things you'll see in the settlement that are sort of furnishing it all come from Creative Clutter. I can't say enough good things about that mod. It is really, really useful and helps you just get a settlement looking lived in really, really quickly without having to spend ridiculous amounts of time sourcing different loads of crap from the wastelands. So yeah, absolutely love that mod. Over here we have one of our security guards, which should be on the front gate. That's where I've assigned him to, and honestly, he just never does his job. He's shit. He wears his loincloth, walks around with his goddamn missile launcher, just telling me he's hungry all the time.
I'm just so hungry all the time. You know what I call a good day? One that ends without an empty stomach. I'm just so hungry all the time.
Yeah, he's a bit of a piss taker, this guy. I'm not gonna lie. He's, again, not a hard worker.
I hope you realize how much you did for us.
Yeah. And then he goes and says something nice like that. Well, thanks, mate, but you are still shit at your job.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yeah. As long as you're happy, I guess, anyway. And tell you what, the opposite of him is this lady over here. She works fucking tirelessly. She is here day and night protecting this door. It should be closed, but...
Can't talk now.
See, she's just all about the job. She's all about the work. Good on you. Honestly, can't say enough good things about you. You deserve a raise. Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh. And then we got this guy talking to a fucking pallet wall. Anyway, right, let's move on to the next section of residential houses. So again, bottom is sort of the lower rung, cheaper rooms to rent. It's just got your basic things in here, your table, a couple of chairs, a half-lit cigarette. Minimal stainage on the bed. Not too bad, you know, you don't need to question it. Even some oil and some handcuffs. So you can get freaky in here as well. Just you can get freakier on a budget. However you want to, or whatever you want to do in these rooms, down to you, as long as you're not damaging things too badly. Obviously got the main sort of cooking section and sort of like warming section to the courtyard there, so you can all huddle around and chill. Then on the second floor, we've got, again, the nicer room here. We've got the sort of fresh crockery, we've got some nice candles, got a radio, which is actually quite annoying. Let's turn that off. And then we got the card game, nice bed, some storage, and then behind here we've got the sort of basic table with some books, even some brewskis as well, so you can chill out, have a nice room temperature brew, and just, you know, get whatever you want to get on, you can get it on in there. Then we make our way up to the roof. This is kind of the entertainment section here. We've got a nice little display going on with some flamingos, some flowers, some mushrooms, even a guitar as well. So you can strum one out up here.
That's what she said.
On the guitar, obviously, not any other way. And then we've got the nice sun lounges as well, and some games. This is a hell of a room. You know, if I was going to settle down in a room, this would be the one here. This is the one. There we go, got our 2 resident gardeners. Again, he's still doing absolutely fuck all. Guy's a lost cause. Anyway, let's move on. So, those are the residential sections gone through. Again, just going to highlight how good she is as a guard. Legend, true legend. And then, oh yeah, we've got a ghoul. He's, yeah, I'm pretty good. And then he's always on the weapon section, always selling you your goods. And again, he's a really good worker. Always turns up, always there. And then we've got our bar, pretty much always happy hour here. Also, for anyone that knows what I'm referring to with Trudy's, let me know in the comment section down below. It is possibly from the best Fallout game ever made. That's my opinion. Tell me I'm wrong, but you know, whatever. Let me know in the comment section down below if you know what Fallout game that comes from. And then over here we have our resident bartender, dressed to the nines, and honestly, he does a really good job. Doesn't speak all that much. He gives a nice little rhythmic tap, nice friendly face. Crack on, mate. Maybe clear up the bottle though when you've got some time. Got a lovely little stove going on here, cigarette machine in the back, and we've got the Nuka-Cola table. Again, needs a little bit clearing up, but it's looking pretty good. You run a tight ship here, friend. Really happy with it. Yeah. Oh, there we go. He's got to clean in. Top man. You keep that going, son. Keep up the good work. You're in for a raise. Right, okay, so we pretty much move on to a couple of the last sections now of the settlement. So, under this sort of prefab here that came with Hangman's Alley, we've got our toilets just to make sure people aren't animals and they're not pissing and pooping all over the place. They can go to designated spots to do their business. And then just outside, we've got the basin so you can wash your hands up, because anyone that doesn't wash their hands after doing their business is fucking gross. And you'll never change my mind on that. If you're really desperate, there is a toilet just behind here, but it's definitely not as private. And then we move on to our last section. We've got the kind of, you know, chemistry station slash, what would you call it? Sort of a sort of fixer-up station, you know, if you've got some guns need work on, some armor you need repaired, or maybe just want to make something special for the road, this is the place for you. You can do it all here. And there's even a little relaxing chair. You can have a sit down and maybe wait for a brew to cook over on the chemistry station. Whatever you want to do, you can do that shit here. And with that being said, that pretty much brings us to the end of the tour. Just to point out, we've got another couple of sentry turrets up here that look out over the main gate.
I knew you'd help us.
I would. You know, I'll help you any day. You're a quality member of society. And honestly, changed really nothing out here. This is still the exact same as Hangman's Alley. It's a bit noisy anyway. I'm going to move away from there. But yeah, with that all being said, that pretty much concludes the tour of Hangman's Alley. Thanks a lot for coming along on the tour, and I'll see you in the next section for those money shots.
Hanging back to everything there is.
So there we have it, my new and improved version of Hangman's Alley. Now, it's been a long time since I've built a base on Fallout. In fact, the last one I built was on a PS4. So it's fair to say that I'm a little bit rusty, but I'm hoping that throughout this series, as I do more and more settlements, my skills will only continue to improve. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and even consider subscribing, and make sure to let me know your feedback in the comment section down below, as well as where you think I should build next. As always, thanks a lot for watching, and hopefully, I'll see you in the next one.